Hello everyone and welcome back to Queenvarieties channel. On today's episode, you will learn how to make an easy basic homemade brownie. You will learn how to make that perfect 4G homemade baked brownie that is so chewy on the inside and absolutely and incredibly crispy looking on the outside. Trust me, this is the best brownie you can ever think of. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get instant notifications whenever I upload any video. Kindly share my video with your friends, loved ones, or anybody you want to share. Remember to follow me on my social platforms so that we can also get social. Thank you. What we are going to do now is to grease the baking pan with some little quantity of oil. On the screen, I have written the size of pan I am using. Next, you're going to cover it with a baking paper or a baking sheet. This also you must grease, okay, so that your brownie will come out super clean at the end of the entire baking period. Set it aside until it is required later. Next, I will place a glass bowl. In this glass bowl now, I'll crack in 4 room temperature eggs. Once that step is done, you're going to beat it appropriately. Please take your time and beat this egg for exactly 2 to 3 good minutes. This step is very, very important. We're now going to add the sugar. I am using granulated sugar. For this recipe, I'll be sticking to 1 cup of sugar with extra 3/4 quantity. That's what we'll be using. And this step is very, very important. Also, you have to make sure you mix and mix and mix until the whole sugar melts completely. So I suggest that you beat this for exactly 10 good minutes by hand. If you're using a hand mixer, you can do this for 5 good minutes. Let me also remind you that this combining process is very, very important because it plays a huge role in the outcome of your entire brownie outlook, especially if you want it to be fudgy looking in nature. Introducing the next ingredient, I have 6 teaspoons of vanilla aroma, which you can definitely substitute with extract. And if you're using extract, I suggest you use 1 teaspoon of extract. Next, I'll add 1/3 cup of sunflower oil. You can substitute that by adding any oil of your preference. Now you're going to mix appropriately, making sure that everything is evenly combined. In time, I'll start adding some quantity of all-purpose flour. For this recipe, I am using 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour. You have to add this step by step until the whole flour mixture is combined. Make sure you don't overmix. Next, I will now introduce 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. If you're using baking powder, you can use 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. Combining process is done. You can see a beautiful appearance. Now we are going forward to add a combination of unsweetened cocoa powder with a little pinch of salt. This I will pass across my sieve just to have a beautiful appearance. My beautiful people, so after sieving the cocoa powder, what you're going to do is to start mixing it. And because we are working with cocoa powder, sometimes it's going to form lumpy in nature. I'm going to add the butter. Remember, I am adding the butter as the last ingredient. Guys, this butter is hot because I just melted it with my microwave for 3 minutes in the microwave, and I poured it directly inside here. Okay, so you have to mix and mix until everything looks so beautiful and chocolate looking in nature. Look at the gorgeous appearance that we are having right now. So chocolatey in nature. Now you're going forward to now pour in the beautiful batter inside the baking pan that we prepared earlier on. Just take a good look at how creamy and beautiful that batter is looking. it a little bit and then set it aside because we are going to be transferring this into a preheated oven and bake. Please tap it very well to remove excess bubble before we send it into the oven. We are baking on 150 degrees Celsius. Once again, you're all welcome back. This is about 40 good minutes later, and guys, the baking process is completely done. You will notice the baking process is done when you see a crack on the surface of this brownie. Or you will also see that it has firmed up or crisp on the surface, unlike it was jiggly in the oven while the baking process was taking place. Just look at how clean and smooth it came out from the baking pan. Now you're going to leave this here to cool down completely. Don't touch it, don't cut it, don't do nothing. Just allow it to cool down completely. Now take a good look at the appearance when the brownie has cooled. Can you see how fudgy the surface, the outer layer is looking? It looks a little bit, rough and crisp in nature. This is exactly how you want to have it. You can at the same time add some chocolates and melt it along with it, or you can add some nuts in your brownie. Add whatever you want to add. Just do you, be happy and enjoy it, and trust me, you're going to have a beautiful experience. Once again, I'm going to stress this point all over again. For you to know if your brownie is ready, you will notice a crack on the surface. Sometimes the first crack you see on your brownie is the indication that it is ready. So you have to bring it out from your oven ASAP, otherwise your brownie is going to become too dry. When you compare a brownie to a cake, sometimes for you to know when a cake is ready, you have to use a toothpick to poke inside it to see if it is ready, and once the toothpick comes out super clean, it's an indication for you to know that the cake is ready. It is not so with a brownie. When you poke your brownie with a toothpick, you will still notice that the stick will be stained with some chocolate forms on the stick. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, kindly like, subscribe to my channel. Please share my video with your friends, loved ones, or anybody you want to share it with. Now we are going to draw the curtain for today's recipe, and remember, variety is the spice of life. Bye.